This is Lokaram Prabhu. Can you respond to him, Prabhuji? Kutah tarhi. So the last shlok was अव्यक्तादीनि भूतानि इत्यादि. So कुतः तर्हि विद्वांसः अपि लोके शोचन्ति? आत्मज्ञानादेव इति आशयेन आत्मनः दुर्विज्ञेयताम् आह. आत्मज्ञानादेव आत्म अज्ञान. Okay, it's अज्ञान. आत्म अज्ञानादेव. So kutah tarhi. Now the question is, like those who are learned people, Vidwan, now why do they lament? Vidwan means they are in the knowledge of the Sat and the Asat, Vastu, spirit and the dead matter. So kutah tarhi, why then the learned people are also lamenting in this world, you know, when someone dies and so on and so forth. So आत्म अज्ञानात् एव इति आशयेन आत्मनः विज्ञेयताम् आह. So it says that actually it is lack of knowledge of the Atma, the spirit soul. Atma Ajnanadeva. It is due to, or it is because of the ignorance of the Atma Tattva. Iti Ashayena. So Iti Ashayena is like you know, Ashaya. How do you say?
Desire?
Yeah. You know, with this intention, actually, intention would be good.
Oh, I see.
So to indicate such an intention, or with this, such intention, Atmanaha Durvigyetam Aha. So the Durvigyetam, which means the inconceivableness, literally, of the Atma is being said here in this shloka. That even if someone is supposed to be knowing the Atma Tattva, but because the Atma Tattva itself is Durvigya, very difficult to understand. That's why even such Vidwan, they still lacking Atma Gyan, and they are Atma Ajnani. Atma Ajnani. So Ascharyavat Pashyati Kashchid Enam. Enam. Okay, what is this Enam? Which sutra? That was really a random one.
One second, Prabhuji. I'm just connecting to computer.
So it's etad idam orena kathitam kathane dvitiya tausu. Etad idam orena kathitam kathane dvitiya tausu. That one.
So I did not study those things.
Oh,
I can tell the sutra. Bro, I can tell the sutras, but the meaning is what is I did not work out.
Oh, please work it out too on some free days.
Oh, I mean work it out in the sense that I did not use this this Anki app and all at the time. I was just trying to remember, and it's just fading away without these exercises and all. So I'm just thinking that I'll have to catch up, but catching up with the current so itself is taking a lot of time.
Okay, so it's etad idam orena kathitam kathane dvitiya tausu. So yes. Okay. So Ascharyavat Pashyati Kaschid Enam. Kaschid Enam Ascharyavat Pashyati. This is like Anvaya. Some they see this. This is like Atmanam. You know, Enam iti Atmanam. Some they see the Atma Tattva with Ashtarya, as Ashtarya, as how do you say Ashtarya? Hmm.
Wonder,
As a wonder,
astonishing.
astonishing, yeah. And Ashcharyavad vadati tathaiva chanya. Anyah tathaiva Ashcharyavad vadati cha. And some others, they speak about Atma as a wonder, you know.
Hmm.
And Ashcharyavad cha enam anyah shnoti. Anyah, now others, they enam Ashcharyavad shnoti. They hear about uh, the Atma with wonder. Some speak with wonder, some hear with wonder. Everywhere is wonder. And some see with wonder. I don't know what do they see, but because Atma can't be seen.
So Ascharyavat is given. Uh, uh, how come Ascharyavat is a Pratipadika, right?
Okay. No.
Should be
Because
Ascharyavat.
we have this vat pratyay, na?
Yes, like
Like
Bhagavat.
I'm thinking of some other examples. Uh, Actually, this vat is not that Bhagavat one vat. That is
Oh,
like,
that is a Bhatupa.
yeah, that is different. And this vat is like similar to, or in that sense,
Oh, like, oh, I see.
like Krishna vat, like Krishna.
Okay, okay,
This is a different vat here.
I see.
So Ashtaryavat, now Ashtaryavat is like they are just astonished. They hear, they speak, they see the Atma, about Atma, astonishingly, like that.
Okay.
And Shrutvapenam Vedana Chaiva Kaschid Shrutvapi, and some even after hearing about Atma, na eva Veda, they do not get to understand anything about it, even after hearing it.
Mm, mm.
So we see that how Durvigyatam is being shown here. That first of all, some people hear, speak, see about Atma in wonder, and some they can't just digest it, the knowledge about Atma, even after his hearing it or listening to it. And listening
Mm.
maybe from pure souls, but still they are unable to grasp it because the topic is such. So, Kashchit enam atmanam शास्त्राचार्योपदेशाभ्याम पश्यन् what is that? Okay, Pashyan Ashcharyavat Pashyati. So this is Vamanath. This is. So some people they see the Atma Pashyati Enam Atmanam through the eyes of, or yeah, through the words of Shastra and the instructions of the Acharya. This is like Tritiya Prayoga.
Mm.
Shastra Acharya Upadeshabhyam Pashyan. So they see, but how do they see? Ashcharyavat. They see astonishingly. सर्वगतस्य नित्यज्ञानानन्द स्वभावस्य आत्मनः अलौकिकत्वात् ऐन्द्रजालिकवत् ऐन्द्रजालिकवत्. What is ऐन्द्रजालिकवत्? अघटमानम्.
Indra's net. Indrajala.
Oh, Indrajal is magic. Okay. Actually, Indrajal is magic.
Yeah, right.
Indrajal. In India, some places they use it like Indrajal, magic. So Aindrika Jala means a magician.
Okay.
So relating to magic, magical magician. So Indrajalika vat aghatmanam pashyaniva vismayena pashyati. So Atma is sarvagatasya. It is all pervading. It's nitya. It's jnanmay. It's anandamay. So Swabhavasya. So Atma has such Swabhava. It's Nitya Gyan and Anandamay. So, and Atmanah Alaukikatvat. Atma is alaukika, spiritual and not material. So, because of being non-material, Aindrajalikavat aghatmanam. So, some they see Atma as aghatmanam.
Incoherent.
How do you say this?
Incoherent is not. I mean.
Yeah, I also think something. Ghatamana is like accomplished, executed.
It is not clear.
So it's like like magic. Aindrajalikam, a magic is not real. It's just illusion. And it really doesn't happen. It really doesn't occur. So some they see Atma as something which has not happened or which doesn't exist, as if what it says what. Although Atma exists, but according to some Kashchit, they see astonishingly in the sense they get that Atma doesn't exist, as if like Aghatamanam. Aghatamanam is like non-existence. Non-existence. Just like magic. So Pashyaniva Vismayena Pashyati. So they see with astonishment. Vismayena. Asambhavana Abhibhutatvat. Yeah, this is clear now. We read Asambhavana, if you remember, in Anvaya. Asambhavana means
non-existing, right?
no. Asambhavana means there is a scope. There is a scope. Okay. This was in impossibility of comprehending.
Oh,
so
not understanding, huh?
Yeah, they are overcome by the tendency of not able to comprehend the attributes of Atma. Did you get it?
Yes.
Abhibhuta is like overwhelmed, overcome by. So because of being overcome by the tendency of non-comprehension, so that's why they are Vismayena Pashyati. Or it's like Pashyan Apina Pashyati. In Bhagavatam it comes. They see, but they don't see. Because of Asambhavana, and Asambhavana can also mean doubts.
Asambhavana can also mean what?
Asambhavana can also mean doubting.
Okay.
Because when we are not capable of comprehending something, then it leads us to doubt, isn't it? And
Asambhava is different from Asambhavana.
Asambhav is like non-accomplishment or
non-existing, right?
Non-existence.
Okay.
Yeah, this is different, I believe, to some extent. So Asambhavana. So Asambhavana leads to Sankshaya. So Tatha Ascharyavat eva Anyah vadati cha shrinati cha anya. Similarly, because of Asambhavana vibhutatvat, this is like a common thing. Some they speak about it with Vismaya, Ascharya, and some they hear about it with Ascharya. Kashchit punah viparita bhavana vibhutah Shrutvapi na eva veda. What is this? Kashchit punah viparita bhavana vibhuta. What is viparita bhavana? Viparita is
Viparita. The buddhi is viparita.
Viparita is like pratikul bhavana. Oh, what?
Viparita Bhavana Abhibhuta. Because they are having the Viparita mentality.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does Viprit refer to Pratikula, the against mentality? Kashchit punaha viparita bhavna vibhuta. This is
Kalpadruma.
really.
Kalpadruma says Ulta Idi Bhasha.
Yeah. Ulta means like Pratikul only. Anukul is Siddha, Pratikul is Ulta. Now in the translation, they have just used those words only. कोई कोई जो विपरीत भावना से व्याप्त है. Now what is that विपरीत भावना? ओके, कोई कोई जो विपरीत भावना से व्याप्त है वह सुनकर भी नहीं जानता, वह सुनकर भी नहीं जानता.
The other thing it says is unfavorable attitude.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. So those, okay, first of all, till here, till the first three lines, one who pashyati, one who does vadati, one who does shinoti, they are doing with a favorable attitude, but it's just asambhavana abhibhutatvat that they are not able to grasp it. But the fourth line says, Kashchit, who have a pratikul bhavana, who don't really have faith on the subject matter, when they hear, even after hearing, they do not understand. This is like what I understand by Vipreet Bhavana. They have an unfavorable mentality or attitude or Pratikul Bhav. So, Cha Shabdat Uktau Api Drishtva Api Na Samyak Veda Iti Drashtavyam. So, the last line says, Shrutva Pena Vedana Chaiva Kashit. Cha. So, by the word Cha, Drishtva apina samyak veda. Okay. So by the usage of the word cha, it means uktau api drishtva api. That in the statement it is said uktau api. Ukti means a statement that drishtva api na samyak veda iti drashtavyam. That even after seeing it, it's not comprehensible. One is not able to understand. Samyak na veda properly. Iti drashtavyam. Even after seeing it, Drishtvapi na samyak veda is not able to see it properly, clearly. Sorry, understand it, Veda. That is referred to by the Cha Shabda. Cha Shabda.
I'm wondering how come Sridhar Swami is using the Swabhava of Atma is Ananda, he's saying, because the Atma itself does not have Ananda, right? Nitya Jnananda
It's just a way of saying Satchidananda in another way.
Yes, Prabhuji, Satchidananda. The soul itself is not Satchidananda, right? The soul is Satchit. Ananda comes from the Lord, right?
But being Ansha of Krishna, Anu, Ansha, so he also has those attributes, no?
If he has Ananda, then we should be satisfied here. Because that Ananda is there within.
Yeah, that means here it's perverted, like, and we are
searching for Ananda, right? Outside.
But that's why yoga means you get Ananda from inside. Of course, your point is valid that Ananda is coming from Krishna, and that's our natural identity, like natural constitutional position, as Prabhupada says. That when we are connected
but
to
when
Krishna,
you're united with Krishna, with Krishna, you get that part.
Yes. So when we are not united with Krishna, then we are put into this Asat, Achit, and Niranandamay Jagat.
Correct. But still, the Atma retains its Swabhava of being Nitya and Jnana, conscious.
Yeah.
Only Ananda is not there because that's not the property of Atma. Even if it is put into the Asat and the Chit, it still possesses the Nitya and jnana, only the Ananda part is missing.
Is there any reference to that? Like,
This one, I mean,
I never heard that part. Like that. Two are attributes when Ananda is not attribute. This is
this
something.
is I hear from lectures, probably.
I mean, like some reason.
If you are asking for specific reference, then I have to search.
Because this is like first time I'm like Ananda is not a part of attribute of Atma. I never heard that part. Because
Ananda is there's a potential to have Ananda, but that potential is fulfilled when it is in the constitutional position with the Lord.
but if we say like Jiva Bhuta Sanatana, then it's eternally in its constitutional position connected to Krishna. Whether even if it's materially covered, Avrita.
If it is connected with the Lord, then we should not have forgetfulness, right? It's a bahirmukha. It's turned away from the Lord.
Yeah.
So when we become antarmukha, then we are turned toward the Lord. Then we will be connected to the Lord. We are always in, Jivya Swarupaha Nitya Krishna Das, always in Asa. We are not the master. But
you mean the connection?
yeah, that is there. But what
Now
I'm
we are
saying is,
disconnected
yes.
from the router, I'll say.
Yeah.
So,
So we do
but
yoga.
yeah, I heard that for first time. Like Ananda is not there when we are materially conditioned. Maybe we'll have to check that part. But everywhere I've read that Atma is, Satchidananda Maya in any case. And even Sridhar Swami is even writing himself. Nitya Jnana Ananda Swabhavasya.
This is what I mean. I have not seen anything directly like this in Acharya's commentary. This is the first time I'm seeing.
Okay.
He's saying
Means,
Ananda.
I think Prabhupada has said many times that Atma is Satchidananda, Atma is Satchidananda also.
So Prabhupada's words can be taken in a constitutional position. It is Ananda. It is Satchidananda in its constitutional position when it's connected to the Lord.
But if we see from that perspective, then we can understand because now this shloka is not talking of the body, the body, the dead matter. It's just talking of the Atma. So if we just take the Atma as the subject matter, just talking or considering the Atma, then it's fine. Nitya Gyan and Ananda Swabhavasya Atma, Alokik. Because we are saying Alokik also. Sridhar Swami is specifically mentioning Alokik. He doesn't say that it is conditioned or this and that. So
even in conditioned states also is Alaukika, right?
yeah, but that is my point is even if he is Alaukika in conditioned state, then is Nitya Gyanmaya and Anandmaya. But now, like you are pointing out that Anand is not Anandmaya in conditioned state. So that is like
if he is Anandamaya, then he should not be searching out for something externally.
yeah, I mean, maybe you can just look up for some reference or something. Or who spoke because this is really something new I heard for the first time.
I see. Okay.
So it's like a
Sure.
little hard to digest.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good point you're asking. Sure.
So because now it proves that I'm not Anandmaya now. I'm unconditioned. So feels little sad to me. But in any case, that was like a new point for me. Okay, so तदेवं दुर्बोधम आत्मतत्वं संक्षेपेण उपदिशन् अशोच्यत्वम् उपसंहरति. So तदेवं दुर्बोधम आत्मतत्वं. So that only the Atma Tattva which is Durbodham. I think Durbodham is difficult to understand. Yeah, difficult to be understood, unfathomable. So again, that unfathomable Atma Tattva is Upadishan Sankshepena Upadishan Ashochyatvam Upasanharati. So he is again, I think Sankshepena Upadishan refers to the previous verse. that he has referred to the Durbodha Atma Tattva in brief, and now Ashochetvam Upasanharati, he is concluding the topic saying that we should not lament. One should not lament.
Upasamharati means concluding. Huh?
Upasanhar, we say na Upasanhar. Like Jiva Goswami has Upasanhar of Harinamamrita Vyakarana also. That Pani Niyam, Hani Niyam.
Oh,
So
I see.
Upasanhar is like conclusion. Sanhar, Sanhar is like annihilation.
Oh, I see.
So Upa means like a wind up sort of.
Winding up. Okay.
So Dehi Nityamavadhyoyam Dehe Sarvasya Bharata Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Natvam Shochitam Arhasi. See, Krishna is really explaining the same point from different angles, isn't it? Means, so Dehi, Ayam Dehi Nityam Avadhyah Sarvasya Dehe Sarvasya Bharata. Sarvasya Dehe Vidyate. Dehi Sarvasya Dehe Vidyate. Is it? Resides in all the Deha. Tasmat Sarvani Bhutani Nattam Shojitam Arhasi. Therefore, you should not lament. I think this is Sarvani Bhutani are 2-3. Therefore, you should not lament for all the living entities. Let's see what does commentary say. Yat च उक्तम अर्जुनेन वेपतुष्ट शरीरे में रोमहर्षश्च जायते इति तत् अपि उक्तम इति आह. What is this? No commentary?
No commentary.
There is no commentary for this one. I thought this is a commentary, but this is like completing the shloka here. So translation says, हे भारत सबके शरीर में रहने वाला यह शरीरधारी आत्मा सदैव अवध्य अर्थात न मरने वाला है. So that was right. सर्वस्य देहे विद्यते. इसलिए तस्मात् समस्त प्राणियों के निमित्त से तुम्हें शोक नहीं करना चाहिए. Yeah. So सर्वाणि भूतानि like the object. You should not lament for all the living entities. Living entities or for their situations or Sarvani Bhutani. Now this is interesting. If we take Bhuta as Pancha Mahabhuta, so you should not lament for the dead Pancha Mahabhuta, which will be dead again, apparently. Because it's already dead. And if we take Bhuta as a living entity, then you should not lament for the living entities, the Bhutas, because Atma is eternal, so it cannot die. So, यत् च उक्तम अर्जुनेन वेपतुष्ट शरीरे में रोमहर्षश्च जायते इति तत् अपि उक्तम इति आह. Oh, iti tat api ayuktam. Oh, it's ayuktam. So Arjuna said that Vepatushta Sharire me Romaharshashta Jayati, that my body is trembling. Romaharsha is my hairs are standing on an end. So Krishna is saying ayuktam. Ayuktam means non. How would you say, like proving him wrong? Proving his statement wrong. That it is ayuktam. It is like it is not right. Ayuktam. Unsuitable, unfit. So then Krishna says, Swadharmam api chaviksha na vikampitam arhasi dharmyadhi yuddhat shreyonyat kshatriyasya na vidyate. Atmanah nash abhavat eva etesham hanane api vikampitum na arhasi. So because there is no the Atma, the soul is never devoured, there is no destruction of Atma. So therefore, etesham hanane api vikampitum na arhasi. Therefore, you should not tremble vikampitum in killing of these, like the Kauravas, because there is no death of Atma. Kimja swadharmam api avikshya. विकम्पितुं न अर्हसि इति सम्बन्धः. Avikshya. What is avikshya? Avaikshya. I think avikshya is to be attentive. So dharmam api ichha vikshana vikampa. What does Prabhupada say about aviksha? To look at, behold, to perceive, observe, experience, take it. Okay, it means kimcha is like, and also, so dharmam api apeksha. When you have your dharma in front of you, apeksha is like looking at, or getting the opportunity to look at your own dharma. Then, in that sense, also you should not tremble. In case you are trembling from Kaurava's might, so you should not tremble even in that sense. Iti sambandha. Yat cha uktam na cha shreyo pashyami hatva swajana mahave iti adi tatra aha dharmyad iti dharmat anapetat nyayat yuddhat anyat. So Arjuna said, Nacha Shreyo Nupashyami Hatva Swajanam Ahave, that I do not see any Shreya in killing my own relatives in the battlefield. So now Krishna is saying Dharmyat Iti, that for a Kshatriya there is no better Shreya than to fight, and that also for a religious fight, Dharma Yuddha. Because Dharmyat and Yuddha, they are both Panchami. So there is no better Shreya, Anyat Shreya, Dharmyat Yuddhat, than Adharma Yuddha for a Kshatriya, na vidyate. So this statement is basically answer to Arjuna's that response, Naja Shreyanu Pashyami. So Dharmat Anapetat is Anapeta. Okay, Apeta means gone. What is that? Shukdev Goswami's Mangala Charana. Yam Pravrajantam Anupeta. Apeta Krityam. Apeta. Apeta. So Apeta means gone. And Anapeta means which we still have in our hand. Like that. Possessed of. Which has not gone off. So dharmat anapetat nyayat yuddhat anyat. So dharmat, it is a religious thing. Anapetat literally means it's still in your hand, and it's nyayat, it's religious. Yuddhat, this is a fight. Anyat means other than this. So yeah. So Kshatriyasya Dharmyat Yuddhat Anyat Shreyah na vidyate. This is the Anvay. For the Kshatriya, there is no better Shreya existing than a religious battle. This is the Anvay. Aviksha. Anapeta Vrityam. Okay, what is that even? Nachapita, Nasapita. In 5th canto. One who cannot deliver one from their subordinates or subjects from death. Apeta Vrityam.
Oh.
Remember the shloka?
No problem.
Nasapita, that he is not a father, is not a guru who cannot deliver.
I see. Yeah. I know the meaning.
There also that apeta word comes.
Oh, who cannot deliver, huh? It's in
Yes,
that meaning.
yes. Just let us check that. Apetam Rityam. Check Apetam Rityam and also Anapetam Rityam. I think it's Anapeta then. No. Anapetam Rityam.
Anapeta is not there.
Nasapita. What is that like? Any part of the shloka?
Guru Nasyat. That's what I'm saying.
Guru Nasasyat.
Samupeta, that is.
Yeah, Samupeta. Okay. Samupetam Rityam. Samupeta is like the death which is approaching.
Hmm, hmm.
But the same Upeta, Peta, that Ita is same. Indgato.
Oh, I see.
So,
So that is Upa Itava. I
yeah,
see.
yeah. Upa Ita, here it is Uppa Ita.
Apa Ita.
And
Apa
then
Ita.
Anapeta would be Na, Uppa, and Ita. So Na becomes An when a Sarveshwara follows.
Oh, I see. So many the prefixes added. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So, but the Ita is same, Indgato.
Hmm.
Eti gachati na tishtati. So that Eti also Indgato. So, yeah. And then.
But sometimes when you add the prefix, the dhatu meaning itself changes, right? Completely.
Yes, yes. I
How
mean,
do you?
there is one shloka. I don't remember the shloka, but it says, mm, uh, like, we have the word, okay, we have the dhatu hri, which basically means harane. Harane means
Steal.
to steal, abduct. So, adding different prefixes, ahara, which means to eat.
Oh, food.
Yeah, vihara,
Vihara.
then
Enjoyment.
sanhara. There is one shloka proper. I'm not recollecting the shloka. Ahara, vihara, sanhara, and then upahara, then samsara. No, that is. And what else? Hara. Like that. One dhatu, but dhatu naam anek arthatvat. We do a little change here and there, especially prefixes. Then the whole meaning changes. Whole meaning.
So, but how do you know? Only by kosha, huh?
Yeah, that's something like dictionaries, kosha.
With grammar and all, we cannot come to any conclusion for this.
No. Because
I see.
grammar, like especially Harinam Vyakaranam, it doesn't really talk of the meanings of the different combinations of prefix plus dhatus.
Oh, it doesn't talk about, huh? I see.
No, not really, because it's a different elaborate topic altogether. Because see, you have 21 prefixes,
Right.
and you have around 2000 dhatus.
Right.
In the dhatu part. Now, just to do this calculation, 2000 into 20, how many? 40,000.
Yeah, 40,000. That is
40,000.
just one time you are attaching, right? If you're attaching double time, triple time.
So yeah, that is another thing. So lakhs of forms like that. So maybe Acharya Vijay can write in future. So that is something like, yeah, what could it be? Yeah. Okay, we'll just stop here today. And so please do revise. Also, get time to revise the previous also, the Krishna Namas and all.
Yes, probably.
They are also. Okay, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, bro. Hare Krishna.